We can start with...
We'll start off with a 45.
Sure.
We're going to do 45?
Yeah, 45.
Add them together, that's about 45.
So we're going to see the difference between adults and children. What we use on... So, you saw us do the warm-up, you saw us do the core lift, speed benching. Now what you're gonna see is we are gonna do arms and try to blow them off the bone. But the difference is we're gonna slow the tempo down. So we've already attacked things at our normal pace with the warm-up, our extreme fast pace with the speed work. Now we're gonna slow it down and make sure the muscle gets attacked from a different environment. Crushers. You wanna do like hand to each other on the bench? I'll tell you what we could do. We could do skull crushers off of that fucking, that wonky bench. Where you're all fucking crooked and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that. I don't have that.
Just destroyed Smokey and John. I love it.
Well, the thing of it is that I think what made me a great lifter is not only I grew up in an area where there were a lot of really elite lifters. Ed Cohn was 2 hours away, and Chuck Vogelpool and Westside Crew was 2 hours away. So I was training around that shit when I was a teenager, but what made me one of the best was the fact that I was always willing to go and learn from somebody who was better than me. Always. I never had an ego. I never came in and wanted to be the big fish in the small pond. I wanted to be the big fish in the big fucking pond. And that's why Smokey and them, Smokey's gonna get really good because he'll listen to what I'm saying. You can tell he's absorbing what I'm trying to tell him. And the thing of it is, this type of shit that I learned and the science I put behind it and the lack of injuries that I ever had is a true testament to really what I know. There's guys that are gonna be really good for a short time, but can you be in the top 3 or 4 like I was for 16 years?
And by 50, like 10s
skull
plates.
crushers?
10.
No, you're talking about 45s.
We can start with...
We'll start off with a 45.
Sure.
We're gonna do 45?
Yeah, 45.
Add them together, that's about 45.
So we're gonna see the difference between adults and children. What we use on 45.
Except for singles, or?
So when I was at my strongest, we would do JM presses, touching the nose with 405 for sets of 3. Yeah, I mean, you come back and you just felt like this was going to come off. But if you really want to know how much somebody benches, all you got to do is look right there. Like feel that how grainy that is. That's muscle grown down all the way to the joint.
That makes sense.
Because think about it, if I go to my elbow, I'm never going to hurt my shoulder when I bench.
True.
And you got to get so strong at making your arm stronger than your shoulder.
Yeah.
Because when you first start lifting, this motherfucker, even though it doesn't have a lot of strength, it has a lot of neural control. Right. You do this all day.
True.
So your body goes, oh, I got this, turn that on. What you need to do is turn that on. Oh, this is fucked up. I don't got my balance, sorry. Man, this thing feels like you're gonna fall off the fucking edge of it.
Every time it tells both of them something.
You intentionally going slow?
Yep.
Oh, you were getting that
Good. All right. Got it? It's actually weird because of this fucking bench.
You want to go to a regular bench?
Yeah. Here, help me up. I'm gonna bust my ass. Yeah, it's really regular. I don't like that. I don't like that thing at all.
I'm the guy that picked up the strongest guy. So what does that make me?
The guy who picked up the strongest guy.
Come on, we'll do this again.
Singles? Okay, you don't gotta hold it with one hand.
You can do it with one finger if you want. Go ahead.
Prove it.
Fuck. Now slow it down. I don't care if you get 4. Just go smooth. Now squeeze. Good job. Yeah. Good luck, John.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You got 2 reps.
At least.
Stop. I'll probably get 2. Got it? Don't make fun of it.
So you intentionally, we've already done, we did the warm up at our own pace. We did the speed work as violently fast as possible. Now we're gonna slow this shit fucking down. And we're gonna go down slow, we're gonna come up slow. We're gonna squeeze it. So try not to beat it with any speed, just squeeze it with that tricep. It's like you're doing a nice smooth flexion. We're gonna hit muscles in every fucking type of tension. Yeah. So you see, I can tell by how he does that, your body is very stretch reflexive, but you don't have a lot of grinding strength. So what I would do with him on all the accessory work, I'd slow everything way fucking down. Because then he'll have that boom strength. Now if he's got that and this, he's got it all. So when he goes into a sticking point, he can push right through it. Right, you probably get to a bench, you boom, you hit there and you stick. So you can see it right there. I slowed him down, you couldn't do it. So So you're used to popping all that stretch reflex, but you don't have a lot of muscle.
All that grown man strength.
Let's no one spot this guy.
Right.
He walked away.
Slow down.
So the big thing I think that made me an exceptional bencher, you know, 6'15" bencher after squatting world records, was that I was very intuitive. I was naturally very explosive, as you can see on the speed work. So what I figured out was that all my accessory work needed to be slow. So that way when I stuck in a position, say, I get off my chest and get to here, I was used to grinding things slow from there. So I had the power and the grinding power. And that is two things that most people don't have. If they're quick, they train quickness. And if they're strong, they train slow, but they don't train their weakness. I was okay with training my weaknesses for 2 decades to break records. We'll try to hit 3 plates for 6. That might be a little much, but. And you notice I don't really care about the reps, so what I'm doing is I'm just slowing it down.
Yeah.
I think the big thing is that people don't train their triceps heavy enough. They might do a lot of reps. I mean, we've already done 100 push downs. We've already done 115 presses. What I do, 35s with those 110s. And then we've done 8 sets of speed work, so my arms should be cooked, but they're fresh. You guys probably need 2 people to cook it up.
I got it.
Just give me that center section. I got it. Good. See how I'm not beating it with speed?
There you go, Matt. Come on. Nice. Oh boy, come on. Good. Press. Nice. Take it.
Got it. That's fucking narrow. Now find the other muscles you don't have. Just think about it that way. They're everywhere. Right, they're everywhere.
One damn.
There's only a handful of people like Smokey that don't have weaknesses. He's just a machine.
That's it.
You go, Smoke.
Squeeze. Yeah. Good. Don't beat it with speed in the middle. Just focus on your arm taking all the work.
Come on, Matt. Fucking shit. Let's go.
You're the worst spotter.
First off, I'm the worst teammate.
Don't roll your wrists.
Hopped in on these. You're up, T-Money. Bomb it out, T.
Bombed up T.
T-bomb.
T-bomb. Oh.
Slow it. Whoa, slow. 0. This is number 1.
Now we're just trying to figure out.
1.
Nice.
Grind it up. Grinder.com. You gotta spot me, dude.
Okay, put your striations away. I'm tired of this.
I like to do a lot of harder arms. I want to get my bench up, but it hurts my elbows. Yeah. The reason is because they did that motherfucker 10 times a week. 10 weeks in a row. That's the first time I've done an easy curl to the nose. I couldn't tell you how long.
Never. I don't think ever.
Get my point?
Yeah.
So
Variation
is the key to keeping tendonitis down and overuse injuries at the joint down.
So we're gonna shut that down.
That's done.
Okay. Move on.
Yep. Now we'll do
tricep
something
or
else.
do bicep, tricep?
We'll do a bicep today, but in a perfect world, make sure we include this. In a perfect world, you 2 motherfuckers need back.
Yeah.
You need to do back now. I'm doing biceps because I'm not competitively benching. Yes.
Okay.
So you need to go and do something.
So I try to get in 20 to 25 sets of back a week.
It's good.
Yeah, because I think I like back, and I think I agree. I've been listening to you and talking to you. It's like my back is not strong enough.
Your back's a big weakness. You can tell by the way you hand out. I could just hand it out to your knees because you're not going and locking it in. So, in my opinion, especially for this video, you 2 need to go do back while I go do biceps.
Can we still do biceps?
No, you have to earn the right to do biceps.
All right, whenever you leave, we'll do biceps.
So, right?
Yeah.
But I ignored biceps my whole career, so I didn't hurt my shoulder. I find that everybody that focuses on bicep training starting to start having shoulder problems. I never did, and I strongly attribute that to my back always being stronger than my front. And that allowed me to not only be in the right position to bench, but also as I was lowering it, I never put it in my bicep. You ever hear about people going, "Ah, my biceps hurts when I bench," or
Yeah.
it's because you're training your fucking biceps too much. Biceps really don't do anything for powerlifting. All they do is pick up 8th graders at the mall. So, you know what I mean?
9th grade.
Well, we are in California. We gotta say something about Michael Jackson. All right.
So no more tricep or another tricep?
I'm gonna do another thing light now.
Okay.
We need to probably do something single arm. So this is a completely different angle than what we were doing. So you can see how I'm turning that handle. I'm making it completely different than anything we did today, just by the twist.
Really?
I weigh 250, 255. When I graduated high school, I weigh 262 now. 59 to 63, depending on what I eat.
It's gonna be slow.
Yep, slow. And what we did was we made it way different by doing a little bit of a turn.
Okay.
So we're changing not only the position, but we're also doing something crossbody, and we made it isolateral. So now what you want to do is calculate. This is his left side, which I'm guesstimating is his weak side. Okay, because he's right-handed, which is going to be common for most people. What we're going to do is, if he says, "Man, I only got 14 on this side, but this side I got 16," we know there's a strength imbalance to left to right. So in the warm-up, he would do a 5th set on the weak side, something light. We'd just be like, "Oh, I don't feel like much," but not much over 6 months. An extra set is going to be hundreds of thousands of pounds. And guess what? When you go to bench, your bench is going to go up because your arms are equalizing. If you watch the best benchers and the strongest guys, they do not have a big difference between left and right.
Like
when
foot
you
up
get,
or something.
When you get here, like normal right row, when you get here, wing it out 6 inches and then pull it back.
6
so
inches?
Well, you know, yeah, exactly. 6 inches 5 times.
Oh, I know. This is 6 inches. This is 6 inches. Got it.
6 inches.
16 inches.
16. Jesus.
He's such a rascal. You got a lot of people in there.
Yeah, we've been steadily getting more and more people, especially on the weekends. It's pretty
You know what's
packed
fucked up is like California, I mean, West Coast in general is not really a hot spot for hardcore lifting. I mean, it's got pockets. Maybe a gym or two here and there, but not that much. But you know what? It's kind of like that everywhere now. Like back where I'm from, it was like, that was the Mecca. But then all of a sudden it really didn't, it kind of spanned out. You know, like had Eddie up in Chicago and had Westside over in Columbus and a few scattered guys in Indiana and like, but you know, that was where lifting kind of started, was like the York Barbell in Pennsylvania, and you know, Jim Williams was from over there, and what's his name, Ernie Francis from Illinois. But all those guys are so old now that even the guys they teach aren't in it anymore. So it's kind of just all fragmented, you know?
A lot of guys are passing away too.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. I mean, hell, even the guys that were good in the 90s are really old now.
Crazy. I even remember Peanuts West.
Oh yeah, Bill West and
Yeah.
George Friend. Those guys were from around here,
Yeah.
ish.
From Santa Monica, Peanuts is.
Yeah, they were the original West Side.
Yeah.
I mean, Louis actually took the name from them. I mean, I don't know, you didn't actually steal it, but
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that story.
yeah.
I know you knew it. That's why I had to bring it up because
I know.
people don't even know who Peanuts West is.
Bill West and Peanuts West and George Friend were actually the guys that should be accredited for developing box squats. They were the ones that first started playing with it and were writing small articles in like muscle development in the 60s about box squats. That rhomboid upper and lat, rear delt. That's what keeps your posture straight. Probably got a little. This is a monster. I got half of it.
That's too stiff.
When you guys start working out?
It's all part of the warm-up.
Jeez.
So you saw us do extremely heavy nose breakers or tricep extensions, skull crushers, whatever you want to call them. We did them with an easy bar that I do not have in my gym. So what we did is I went and looked around and I found a bar that I don't have. We picked it and we went crazy on it. You notice that the reps stayed around 6 or 8. That's not necessarily a golden rule, but the trick is that you want to try to make sure that the arms are straining in a slow phase. So that way when I get that bench to here, which most people are going to get to and stick, my arms are used to having to grind something out. So usually you're going to find somebody's either a grinder or they're explosive. And if you put them in the other environment, they're terrible. Make the other environment that you're not good at your best friend and you'll find your jumps go way better.